Hi, I'm Kimberly Trimp, lead trainer for Paws and Think. I've also been a dog trainer and behavior consultant, seeing individual clients in their homes for about 22 years. In this video, I'm going to show you how to teach your dog the watch cue. I'm going to break it down step by step so your dog will be able to respond to both the hand signal and a verbal cue. Teaching your dog how to make eye contact with you helps lay a solid training foundation that'll serve you well no matter what behavior you want to teach your dog. It's pretty tough to teach your dog anything if you can't get your dog to focus on you. I find it particularly helpful when I'm trying to teach dogs to come when called, to walk nicely on a loose leash, or to redirect them away from distracting stimuli when I'm out and about working around other people, other dogs, when there's fast movement going by like bicycles or joggers. It can help redirect them away from those, especially if those are causing any stress or overexcitement in your dogs. It can be a great way to help calm them and manage their behavior until the distraction has passed. Step 1, grab a tasty treat. If your dog isn't that food motivated, you can try using one that has a higher value or a more powerful smell, such as a piece of hot dog or chicken, or use a smaller sized toy that your dog really likes. Step 2, you're going to get your dog's attention by saying her name and then placing the treat in front of her nose and slowly bring it up between your eyes while saying the verbal cue, watch. The second your dog makes eye contact with you or looks at your face, you're going to mark that correct behavior with a yes or a good dog, and then give her the reward by bringing it straight from your face to hers, just in a straight line. Frannie, watch. Yes, good girl. All right, she was able to follow me that time, so I'm going to try it again, but I'm only going to add a second or two because, again, I want her to get the idea, and stay with me. Frannie, watch. Yes, good girl. So do several repetitions, very gradually, increasing the amount of time your dog can look at you before you reward her. It's important not to proceed too quickly, because if you increase the duration too quickly, or if the distractions around you are too high, your dog's likely going to look away, and that can really set your progress back. So again, proceed very slowly. If your dog does look away, stop, start over, but ask your dog for a much shorter watch, and then just proceed more slowly from there. Frannie, watch. Yes, good girl. Smiling also helps let your dog know that you like what she's doing. As you've been practicing your repetitions, hopefully your dog is starting to learn that motion you use to lure his gaze to your eyes is the hand signal for this behavior. So if you've been having some success with that, you're ready to try step 3, fading the food lure and seeing if your dog will follow that same hand signal you've been using, except this time without the treat in it. Now, it's important not to wait too long to try this step, because you want to be sure that your dog understands to follow that hand signal up to your eyes to make that eye contact, rather than just mindlessly following the food and not really understanding what behavior you're wanting. So we're going to try it with Frannie. Frannie! So again, we're going to use the same hand motion that we used before, except this time no treat in the hand. And if she does it, I'm going to reward with the opposite hand. All right? Frannie, watch. Yes. So again, think same hand motion as when you had the treat in it, except this time empty hand, no treat. And reward with the opposite hand. We're going to try it again. Frannie, watch. Yes. If your dog is struggling with that and is having trouble looking at you after you fade out that food lure, then instead of bringing the treat right back to your hand, first try making a noise with your mouth, like a kissing noise or maybe a little clicking sound. Like again, you want to lure without the treat, lure up to your eyes. And again, if they don't look at you, then this time make a noise and see if that helps orient their gaze back on you. A lot of times that'll help get their attention. Sometimes it also helps maybe to move and change positions, because that movement sometimes will get them to turn around and focus back on you. Then again, reward once you have their attention. If nothing else works, as a last resort, you can go back to having the treat in your hand and luring them for a few more repetitions. But then again, try to get rid of that treat as soon as you can, because you don't want your dog to become dependent on seeing it in order to do the behavior. After practicing extensively using only the hand signal without the treat, it's time to see if your dog is ready for step 4, using only the verbal cue without the hand signal. So I'm going to try it now with Frannie. I'm going to tell her to watch me. If she's able to do it, I'm going to mark the behavior and reward her. But if she's not able to do it, then I'm going to have to bring back that hand signal for some more repetitions. Again, no treat in the hand. We don't want to go back that far. If she's not able to look at me on just the verbal cue, I'm going to use that hand signal. And again, then reward her with the other hand. Do that for a few more repetitions before I try using only the verbal cue. By continuing to pair the verbal cue first and then doing the hand signal, that verbal cue takes on the same meaning as the hand signal, and eventually your dog will be able to do the behavior on each cue separately. They'll be able to do it by verbal cue alone and hand signal alone. So I'm not sure where she's at with this one, so we'll see. Frannie? Frannie, watch. Yes! She did it. Okay, I'll try it again. Frannie, watch. Yes! Good. But again, if she wasn't able to do it, Frannie, watch. Then I would bring back the hand signal. Yes. For a few more repetitions. You'll notice that I used the word watch as the verbal cue in this video. If you would prefer to use watch me or look instead, that's totally fine. The word doesn't matter, just as long as you consistently use it and pair it with the behavior you want. It's also important to practice this behavior in a variety of places, so your dog will generalize and do it no matter where you ask. So start off in your house, do it in different rooms of your house, in the front yard, the backyard. When you're having success there, take it on the road and practice in a variety of locations, on walks, in stores, when your neighbors are mowing the lawn, when people are walking by with their dogs, so you can get the behavior around a variety of distractions. If your dog is having trouble focusing around a distraction, then you want to move further away from it and practice at a further distance until your dog is able to more easily respond, and only then start to move a little bit closer. If ever you're having trouble, go back a couple of steps and make it easier for your dog, because you always want to set him up for success. Otherwise, you'll both get frustrated and it'll tend to demotivate you both. It's also helpful to practice this from different positions, with your dog in different positions, that is. So as you want your dog to be able to respond and give you attention whether he's standing, sitting, or lying down. So again, the more environments you practice in and the different positions with your dog, the more generalized your behavior will be. So I hope you have fun and your dog learns how much fun it is to be near you and pay attention to you. Thanks.